Well, very good evening. Welcome, and of course, this is, as usual, the reality talk this evening, and we are definitely here on 96.4 TFM/TV. We have a topic that we're going to be looking at today, and I'm here together with my colleagues. I'm here with Sarah. I'm here with Fauzia. We are going to be looking at some of the challenges that people face at workplaces, and you realize it's a big issue that sometimes it doesn't leave people, at a place where they are expected to deliver what they're supposed to deliver at workplaces. So there are so many challenges. So I'm going to be talking to my colleagues here, to the ladies here, and we're going to be finding out from a lady perspective, what are some of these challenges that you guys go through, especially at workplace? Maybe this might be your first workplace or your second or third. I'm not going to be sure about that. But then, you guys, what first of all, what do we call challenge in real life sense? Maybe to start with Fauzia.
Hello, I'm Fauzia Bint. Challenges, let's describe it as problems like hardships that you get that limit you to do something to your best. That's the best way I understand challenges. And since our topic is on challenges that we get at our workplaces, there are very many and we cannot exhaust all of them. And different companies in different workplaces, you get different challenges. You can think you who works in the office, you're safe, you don't have challenges, because someone can say, hey, she's doing a white collar job, everything is okay. Yet someone who's doing the white collar job is being stressed out, she's facing challenges. Someone at the bar is doing the same. Someone on the streets is also getting challenges. Yeah, so I think my friend will also share what she understands by challenges before we go deep into those challenges that we face in our workplaces.
Well, we just heard from Fauzia probably what she understands by the word challenge, and we're looking at challenges at workplace. And of course, I wanted to hear from Sarah before maybe we move to another person, and then the conversation starts right from there.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Sarah. What I understand by challenges are these are things people go through in their workplaces that hinders them from, of course, performing whatever they're supposed to do performing them. You get so you get someone is going through a particular challenge, yes, or particular hardship that makes them not to perform to the expectation of the employer. So that's how I look at these challenges. And of course, there's so many which I know we shall look at them as time goes on.
Well, that's Sarah. And here comes another beautiful lady in the house. We are blessed. As TFM, we're blessed with beautiful women, beautiful girls. And by the way, for clarity, they are all single. Yeah, for the guys who are, if you have a heavy wallet,
no, Eric, let me stop you right there. You cannot say we are. Did we tell you we are single?
It doesn't matter.
No, we are not single, please. We are okay. I am not single. I am not single. Let me not talk for everyone.
No,
I am not single.
No, that's a good one. You are not single.
I am not single. The rest, probably. I don't know.
What I know is Fauzia is single, and maybe Sarah. I said I'm kind of doubtful. But Fauzia is.
Why is it like these girls' lives? That's
Thank you.
private.
Thank you. He said he's doubtful, so I think he's not sure. So
Yeah, he's not sure.
Maybe the point that he's so sure about it is really overwhelming. And
but isn't it true? Isn't it true?
Let's stick to that.
Okay. What do you understand by a word challenge?
Well, basically, first of all, my name is Joy Asinde. I love my other name as well. Challenges are these things that hinder you from doing your job appropriately. Okay? Like my colleague said, you don't deliver, and yet your boss at the end of the day needs you to deliver. So there are these things that happen to you at your workplace, that hinder you from delivering. Basically that. Yeah.
Well, I think I've had you guys all well, and I think I don't have a different version from what you guys have said. A challenge is simply something that hinders you from delivering to the expectation. It could be in the office, it could be whatever you are, for as long as it's a workplace. Yeah. So it's something that hinders you. It's something that brings you down, and at the end of the day, you're not producing what you are supposed to do. So let's kick off from there, and we get to find out. As you know, most times they say ladies face more challenges at work as compared to men, and I'm so blessed to have a number of ladies here. Yeah, and we're going to hear from them. So I want to start straight away with Joy as Cindy. You've been to several workplaces.
Yes, I have.
And I know you have your own experience. So what are some of these challenges that you've been facing? Yeah, what are some of these challenges that you've been facing that someone might not be knowing, and yet it's a serious thing that probably needs to be addressed?
Well, there is this particular one that is very, very common. Very many women don't want to talk about it, but there's what you call sexual harassment coming in from the other gender. Okay? Sometimes we brush it off. Like, how will people will be like, how do you let a man do that to you? You can stop him from doing. But at the end of the day, we go through these things. Yeah?
Yeah.
That is the first one I can tell you. The other one is, the other gender, there's a way they look at us as we can't perform. They are always better than us. Yet, honestly speaking, not every man, okay, but honestly speaking, we can do better than most men. Okay? So we are looked down upon at our workplaces. For starters, I can give you those two. Yeah.
Talking about looking down on you as a woman, and then the issue of sexual harassment, which is a broad thing, by the way.
Yeah.
It is something that is faced by almost everyone, including men, by the way. Men go through this as well. But just like you brought it in, that sometimes some people feel like, how am I even going to start talking about this? And at the end of the day, one, I'm going to put my job at risk, you get? And then how is the public going to see me? How are they going to look at me? And at the end of the day, you will have to bear with this.
I will give you a statement that someone made. A certain lady, I was in a salon, and this lady was complaining about, being sexually harassed at her workplace. And a certain gentleman had the audacity to say, you're even lucky there's a man who is looking at you.
Yeah, that was
Seriously. Yes.
As in, what was his point? Like, what was he trying to say?
As a woman, you should, if a man is not doing those things to you, it's like you're not pretty, and you're not nice, you're not attractive, according to him. So he was telling the lady, you are lucky that there's a man who actually thinks of doing those things to you. You get.
I get it now.
Yeah.
So in other words, to him it's okay.
Yeah, to him, yes. It was okay for a man to sexually harass.
Let me get to Sarah here. There are quite, just like you said it in the first place, there are quite a number of challenges. And what are those challenges that that happen at workplace? Because I believe you've been broadly experienced in so many areas. You've done a lot of jobs, and so what are some of these challenges that you go through?
Because as I told you from the very beginning, we have a lot of challenges, and as she has mentioned one of them. And another thing is what I would like to mention, they're called slackers. Yes, slackers. Slackers, low productivity. You understand? So you find that you're supposed to deliver your job, but you have this colleague of yours who is so lazy. You get? He's very poor. You get? So you find that maybe it's a team. Maybe let's say we have given me and Joe, we are supposed to work, and you find that I am the workaholic, the hardworking girl, as Sarah, Then yes,
You always focus on delivering.
yeah. But for me for us to make sure that we deliver that particular task we are being given, we're supposed to be a duo. You get, but you find that I'm left to do the work, yes, and my colleague, the poor working colleague, I'm given to
lazy.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
she's just
they're the ones who are just going to depend on you. Understand? So you find that you want to maybe do something, but you can't do it alone. You get, because this person is lagging you behind. You get.
I think the word Lakers, what? It's my first time to hear about it. And I'm beginning to think that I think it's if not, it's the second biggest challenge at work. I personally, I've seen this several times. Like, there's this work, there's this particular responsibility that probably is meant for the entire staff. But there is that one staff who is not going to be available at all times. He's always having excuses. Today I'm this, today I've lost so and so, today I have a sick friend in the hospital, just to stay away. Okay, so let's maybe before we start breaking these things down, let's hear from Fauzia.
Okay, for me, I think I'll be a little bit religious. Being a Muslim, sometimes you go to a workplace and we pray 5 times a day. So afternoon comes, you have to pray at 4, and you ask, where can I pray from? And someone boldly tells you, this is not a mosque. This is not a mosque. Imagine prayers is going to take less than 5 minutes. It just needs you to come with your prayer mat, lay it somewhere and pray for 5 minutes, which is not going to interrupt any of your duties. But someone tells you this is not a mosque. You get? And like, you really fail. And someone even tells you, how come the Christians don't have time to pray? They pray in the morning and evening. If you can't do it, if you can't work the whole day minus pray, there is no job for you, which is very hard for us, and we have no option. Then still religiously, there are some people who criticize the way we dress.
Oh, yeah.
Someone is like, you're dressed like that. You're not dressed for the office.
You're not attractive.
You're not attractive.
You're not giving us from a Muslim perspective.
A Muslim perspective. This thing, we have to understand it in all perspectives. The male, the female, the religious, always. Yeah, so someone tells you, this is not how you're supposed to dress at work. You're supposed to look attractive. You're the face maybe of the company. How can you go out there and you're dressed like this and you're telling people I work in such and such?
And you're trying to market a product, something of the sort.
And being a journalist, let me first amuse all of you. One time we were in the field and I was dressed like this, and some guy told me, Katigwe, you're making us, you're delaying us, you're dressed like this. What if it's time for riots and all that? How are you going to run Nebinza review? Let me put it like, that's how the guy told me. How will you run Nebinza review? I just told him, you know what? Just relax. Let that time come. You'll see what I can do.
That's our society.
So yeah, there are lots. There are really a lot.
I think I have something a little bit different. Among the challenges at work, there's this thing of conflict of interest. Conflict of interest. Maybe you have a personal interest. She has a personal interest. You understand? And then there comes a challenge, probably a misunderstanding between you and your colleague. And then you guys have different interests, you have different interests, and at the end of the day, there is that collision at work, and within the collision, you realize either one is going to lose the job, or both of you, or probably you're just not going to do the work that you're supposed to do. And then, and then also, still within the conflict of interest, probably you're working for a boss who has something very different from the goals and the vision and the entire company. You get, and you're trying to put the whole thing straight as an employee, and the boss is saying, look, I think I want this. Not actually what the documentation of the company or the workplace talks about. So you realize that at the end of the day, the boss's interest is completely different. It turns out to be different from what was meant for that institution. For example, this is TFM, you understand? And the documentation of TFM says that TFM is meant for the people, to serve the people. You get? And here, the boss says, well, for me, TFM is basically for my traditional stuff. I mean, the cultural stuff. Promoting my tribe, my culture, probably my political interests. You get that? And at the end of the day, you as an employee, you're going to fail to produce what you're supposed to produce, and you end up becoming a failed employee. So at the end of the day, so that's why you see many people running out of workplaces within a short time. So I think, to me, amongst all the challenges that you guys brought in, I think, to me, I'm not saying your challenges are I'm not belittling them, but to me, I think it's one of the biggest thing to me, because me, when I get to a workplace, I mostly first of all pay attention to what the vision, the vision of the company, the institution. For example, you need to know why probably the owner of TFM put up TFM. You get? If it's to serve the people, then serve the people. But when it comes to serving the people, and then the owner of TFM comes and tells you know what? Politics or tradition or culture is my thing. And when you came looking for that job, there was something different. You get that? And the guy directs you, the boss directs you on what to do, which is completely contrary to the vision of the company. So sometimes I think conflict of interest is something that probably needs to be checked.
Eric, let me add on that. Do you know, like most times that happens when some bosses don't understand what kind of businesses they are getting into.
Yes.
You get? Because I can open a TV station and I'm thinking it's all about, it's for the people, yes? Then in the middle there, since, let me give an example, 2026 is coming, and the boss is, in the boss's head, she's like, okay, if I turn it, he or she, and the person is like, if I turn it into politics, I'll receive campaign money, and the person ends up diverting. So people divert according, bosses have to understand, what business am I doing? Let them learn at least a few things and always stick to what they share with their employees. You can't tell an employee, you're coming to do this job and you're going to do it for this time and this is the objective. And in the middle, you come and tell the person something else. You don't even tell. There are those ones who just call and they're like, well, what you're doing isn't right. You get? I want you to do this and this. If you're changing the objectives and everything and the vision, why not sit with your employees and you tell them, you know what? We've changed the vision. This is what we are looking at right now.
Everything.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, you're still watching the conversation right here. We are at 96.4 TFM. Remember, we told you we are available on all social media handles. We're talking about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is currently X. You can just search for us, 96.4 TFM. You can as well go to Google and type 96.4 TFM. You will get us anytime. Now, just like we are having a simple conversation on the reality talk tonight, and we're looking at the challenges that people face at workplaces. And here with me, these ladies have brought in their views. They have identified a few challenges. So I don't know what your challenge could be. Maybe what you're going to do is just help us leave a comment on the comment section. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, those who are watching on Facebook, those who are watching on TikTok, any platform where you find this content, please leave a comment on the comment section. Now, the next episode is going to be very massive. So make sure you always stay tuned. Remember also to follow us on all those social media handles. I am Eric. Many people know me in this town as Eric Pro. And also, big thanks to director Brian and the entire team in the house. All right, as we close, Sarah, maybe your final remarks in relation to the topic that we had today.
Of course, I don't have much to say. Of course, what I can just say is, if you're a victim in this challenge? Because I know everybody who is working, either you have an employer or you're just employing yourself. Yes, like those business owners, you have to be having challenges. But one thing I just want to tell you is stay calm. Just be calm, be positive, and if you're bullied maybe at work, please speak. Yes, speak. And if in case of any challenge, like as she said about sexual harassment, seek help. That's what I can tell you as far as our topic is concerned for today. And of course, I know we shall talk more.
Okay, me, I would advise employees out there. Since we know Uganda is a diverse country, there are a lot of different tribes, there are a lot of different religions, there are a lot of different people with different things that they know, traditions and all that.
Mindset.
By the time you're employing someone, just know, don't see it and you're like, no, I'm going to employ maybe only Christians. And if you go ahead maybe to employ another person, tell the person, yeah, it's okay, you can do your thing, because praying is praying. You never know what your employee is praying. What if she's praying good for you and you're limiting her from that? Then we should also understand people's ways of life. Yeah, till next time, we shall still be here with you.
I think this is a very serious thing because you're so much focused.
Yeah, I think she has faced that.
Okay, why I'm focusing on religion and tribe, you've had a lot of people sitting down and they're like, the people in offices are only Banyankole. You get? Meaning people in their heads they have it, it's for only Banyankole. Yeah. If I also sit down here and people say like, TFM is only for Christians, and they look at a Muslim and they are surprised, wow, they employ all people. Even if everyone will get to TFM and get to understand. And Uganda is a diverse country. That is the biggest point. Till next time, I remain Fauzia Bint. Issa.
Finally, Cindy Joy. I like the way you pronounce your name. Maybe you repeat it one more time.
I know, that is my name, and it's a beautiful name. If you come to the Japland, that name is the most beautiful. Anyways, what can I say? What can I say? You are still going to go through these challenges. It doesn't matter where you're working at. All you have to do is focus. You have goals in life that you need to meet. And if you get these challenges along the way, just brush them off and continue with life. If there are some that you can, talk to somebody else and get help, please do so. Till next time, I'm Joy Asinde.
Well, just as I'm also closing this, I think all I have to say is work is work. Irrespective of all the challenges that you could be going through. But maybe as an advice to everyone, one of the key things that keep us at work and keep us safe is one, loving what you do. And after loving what you do, focusing on the right things to do. Okay, and when you realize there's a mistake somewhere, try to address it and make sure that mistake is fixed so that you have a good working environment with all your colleagues, with your bosses and so on. Otherwise, we've come to the end of this. Have a great evening.